Everyone knows ribeyes, tenderloins, New York strips, all of the Hollywood cuts. Everybody loves those. But today, let's talk about the Wagyu cow. And if that's all that you're buying, you're missing out on so many of these underrated cuts, especially coming from the Wagyu cow. They're going to be more affordable. They're going to be awesome to cook and give you a totally different experience. So Wagyu makes every cut better, not just ribeyes. All right. So I love ribeyes. Don't get me wrong, but I'm going to go over 4 other cuts that you should not be missing out on. And by the end of this video, you're going to know how to cook them, where they come from, and why Wagyu makes them so great. All right, the Hollywood cuts. Okay, the problem with the Hollywood cuts, the ribeyes, New York's tenderloins, is I think people gravitate toward them because they're famous. So sometimes when you walk into a butcher shop, you may be overwhelmed by all the other cuts because you don't really know all the cuts in the cow. So you kind of go straight to that ribeye. You're like, I don't know. Oh my gosh, there's so many things happening. Let me just get that ribeye. But Wagyu makes all other cuts shine, and that's why we love it so much. Because you could take even something like a top round or a London broil, and you can make it an amazing steak. We got one guy from Superior Wagyu, Charles, our buddy, who loves cutting up London broils and just throwing them on the grill. And you would never find that in a conventional beef cow. So Wagyu makes everything so much more marbled, so much more tender. So let's really get into the 4 cuts that we love, that my partner Chef Tyler loves to cook. And some of these are going to be super affordable as well. That's the other great thing. Ribeyes are usually expensive. So if you compare this to, even a prime ribeye, some of these cuts we're going to go over, they're going to be a lot more affordable. So let's hop into them. First one. All right, the first one that we get into is the zabuton, or the Denver steak. Dude, we love it. I know we sell so many of these. We talk about them all the time, but it comes from the shoulder. It comes from actually the chuck. It's right under the chuck roll. And it's a really awesome steak for grilling, for searing, and it's really affordable. It's something that we put in our case all the time. It just flies out the case because people are looking at it. They're like, holy crap, what is this amazingly marbled, just this piece of meat? It's like strip of meat. So we cut them into little strips, and we usually sell them for like $15 to $20, and that'll feed 1 to 2 people. I mean, it's a great cut. It comes, like I said, right under the shoulder, and it's called Denver. I think in a lot of places we call it the zabuton, but it's really great value. It's probably like the gateway drug of Wagyu. I mean, if you put this in front of anybody, they're gonna freak out and say, this is one of the best cuts I've ever seen. Super marbled, super tender, very easy to cook, super affordable. And I mean, I would eat that every single day of the week. I mean, the flavor is outstanding. So a lot of times we think of the shoulder as being really tough and we got to break it down, but this is one of those shoulder gems that you just got to go after. So that's the first one. Definitely get after that zabuton Denver steak. Easy to cook, a couple minutes on each side, grill it, sear it just like a normal steak, cook it to 125, 130 internal temp, and you got yourself an amazing steak. All right, cut number 2, the bavette. All right, otherwise known as that flap steak, flap meat. Comes from kind of that bottom sirloin, kind of next to the flank. It looks like kind of like a more of a marbled and thicker skirt steak. I love the bavette. It's what they use for steak frites in France, so we're getting pretty fancy. It's really a unique cut. It looks like a half moon when you have the whole muscle out, and we cut them into nice big strip steaks. And I love cooking these. You can throw them on the grill. Sometimes they're a little bit deceivingly thick, and I kind of like that because I can get a really nice sear on both sides, and then I'm cutting through it in the middle, and it's just so tender and just like that beautiful rare to medium rare. That's a super sleeper cut for sure. You don't see it a lot in steakhouses and things like that. So it's one of those underrated cuts for sure. And you go into a butcher shop, they should have it. It's gonna look, like I said, like a skirt, like a flank, but it's gonna kind of have a little bit of a thicker portion to it. But it's a great griller, great sear. Like I said, it's so tender. Whenever I'm cooking a Wagyu bavette, I always make sure that I finish cooking, rest it, of course, and then I pre-slice it right after it's done resting and then serve it, because I don't like just getting in there with a steak knife because it's almost so tender. It's like starts to like tear in the middle, man. It's that thicker tender part is so good. So the bavette, such a good cut, super underrated. Cut that or slice it against the grain, of course, because it's kind of like that flank skirt style. Great for, I eat it as just a great steak. People use it in steak salads, tacos, stir fry, things like that. But it's super underrated. Another one that's going to be pretty affordable, and it's going to be probably a little bit bigger than the Zabuton in Denver, generally speaking. If you buy 1 and 1, I think the bavette will be a little bit bigger of a steak. But it's got just great deep flavor, beefy flavor, and it's that Wagyu, so it's going to be super marbled. So that's another one. Look for that bavette, get in that butcher shop. That is steak number 2. All right, underrated cut number 3, the ranch steak. I think I just made a social media video on this. Man, it's from the shoulder as well. I would call it a total sleeper cut. A lot of times, I think in conventional beef, you don't even see it. They don't even put it out. But with Wagyu, oh my gosh, it looks amazing. That's one of my favorite ones to look at, like an Angus and then a Wagyu ranch, and they just look completely different. The ranch steak's totally marbled. It's one of those ones that we put in their butcher case, and it says Wagyu ranch steak, and people go, are you sure that's Wagyu? Because it's $9. I'm like, yep, that's a Wagyu ranch steak. They're very affordable. They come from the shoulder. It's really flavorful and has just a great beefy mouthfeel. It's totally underrated. I would definitely go look for that if you go to a really cool shop and they have every single cut. I'd be picking up a ranch because that's like my everyday steak. I would eat that every single day of the week and not even worry about anything because it is so affordable and just so amazing and really easy to cook. Another one, throw on the flat on your cast iron, on your grill. Super easy to cook. 125, 130 internal temp, just salt, pepper. That's all you need. Oh, it's one of the best ones. I actually had off topic, I will say, I had a Jersey ranch steak. It was Wagyu Jersey cross. Oh my gosh, that was awesome because I got that super great marbling and I got this like really tenderness. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. But that's definitely total sleeper cut right there. Ranch steak number 3, underrated cuts. Go look for that. You shouldn't be spending more than, I think, $8 to $15 for a ranch steak. So it's going to be awesome. Definitely worth the bang for the buck. Okay, my last underrated cut, number 4, the Terrace Major. Sometimes they call them petite fillets. They come from the shoulder as well. And it kind of looks like a smaller tenderloin. It's such a beefy, like minerally cut of beef. I love the flavor of it. It looks like a pork tenderloin. You kind of cook it the same way. Cook it on all sides. You could grill it. You could sear it. Anything like that. And it's super flavorful, beefy, minerally, like I said. And you get that beautiful Wagyu butteriness to it. Another one might be a little bit more expensive than like a ranch or a Denver, but not much. We sell them in 2-packs, and we got a guy that comes in and like every week, and if there's like 5 packs of them, he'll buy them all. It's like he loves them so much. And I think when you kind of have that and you realize it, like when you have it the first time, you're like, damn, this is actually really freaking good. It's just got great flavor, and it's something that not a ton of people take off the shelves. So another one, like we're trying to support the whole cow here and make sure that you're eating all these different types of cuts, but also there's such great flavor and they're so affordable. So look for these ones. Get that Denver, get that bavette, get that ranch, get that Terrace Major. I mean, these 4 cuts honestly are going to blow your mind and save you a little bit of money. So it's going to be a lot cheaper than going and buying a prime New York strip or a prime tenderloin. I mean, those get really pricey in my eyes. So look for these other cuts that not everybody's buying. And yeah, go to a cool, reputable butcher shop. That's what I gotta say. Make sure they know where the meat's coming from. and ask for these cuts, ask for these things, that not everybody's buying. You don't want the stuff that nobody buys that's behind the shelf that's been sitting there, for weeks or anything like that. But these are cool cuts that you should see at most full animal butcheries. So yeah, I look for those 4 because damn, dude, like with Wagyu, totally changes the game. Here's a couple bonus ones for you that I might have forgotten. So top sirloin, totally great. Top sirloin. You pull a top sirloin prime versus Wagyu, it's day and night. It's awesome. Top sirloin, skirt steaks. Skirt steaks are getting a little bit more popular right now, so they're going to be a little bit more expensive, but the bavette's going to be cheaper than the skirt steak. So look for that bavette. If they don't have that, go skirt. It's going to be awesome. The tri-tip, if you're on the West Coast, tri-tips are getting pretty famous. People are smoking them like briskets in California. That is the brisket of California right now. But East Coast tri-tip, I don't know if it's as popular, and so you can get a 2.5, 3, 4 pound tri-tip for usually a pretty good price. You can roast it, you can smoke it, and that'll feed 3 to 4 people. So that's another good value item. And then the flat iron coming from the shoulder. Flat iron, second most tender cut in the animal. It is such a beautiful cut, and they're usually just nice square strips. That's how we cut them out, and they're so marbled. Some of these are like the most marbled cuts in a Wagyu cow. It's not maybe a ribeye. That flat iron, it comes from the shoulder, and it's just the craziest muscle, man. That one blows my mind. We'll look at that and we'll say, that's a full blood flat iron. It looks almost like A5. It's crazy. So that's another really good one that not everybody's picking up, and that's an easy one to cook. You can cook it all the way up to medium well, and it's still going to be tender. So that's a phenomenal cut. So these really matter. We're trying to utilize, like I said, the whole cow, and trying to get you guys to save a little bit of money and realize that not all Wagyu is super expensive. So those 8 to 9 cuts that I just mentioned are going to be super value cuts. And are they going to be more than conventional beef? Maybe a little bit, but you're not going to be spending that much money getting those types of cuts. So look for those. Go into a cool butcher shop. Like I said, look for all that cool stuff. Ask them, what the butcher likes, where their meat comes from. Get all those things out of the way, and then look for those 8 to 9 cuts and take them home. Cook them just like you would a normal steak. Watch them. If you're grilling Wagyu, always watch it. Make sure that you're not, just leave it on there on the grill and go watch football, because it could start a fire. So just keep your eye on it, keep flipping it, make sure it's not scorched. But other than that, go out there and have a good time and stay meat curious.